Question number 40, let's get right into it. So consider 10 lines in the plane such that no 2 of the lines are parallel and no 3 of the lines have a common point. The 10 lines divide the plane into how many regions? Okay, so I don't know of any plug and chug formulas for this, so I just try to start with a small number of lines and then extrapolate it up to 10. So let's go ahead and make a graph. So I'll have lines, or sorry, not a graph, but just like a little chart. So lines and regions. So let's start with 3 lines. If I have 3 lines, it'll look something like this. I'm sorry, that was really bad. Let me redraw that. So if I have 3 lines, it will look something like this. Now I want to figure out how many regions are there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now I know that if I have 3 lines, I have to have 7 regions. Okay, so now let's do one with 4 lines. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, and then I'll draw a 4th one. Let's see, where do I want it? I'll draw it right here. All right, so let's go ahead and count how many regions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I have 4 lines, I then go to 11 regions. Okay. Now what happens if I have 5 lines? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, let's see here, 4, and then the 5th one. And it gets kind of tricky because, you know, there's a lot of lines running into each other. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and put it right here. And you just have to be, oh, you know what? Actually, I can't do that because then there's 3 at one point. Let me redraw that. I'll put it like maybe right here. And you just have to be careful because, you know, some of these things will eventually intersect. So you have to be careful of that. Sorry, that's kind of messy. I'm trying to see if I can redraw it a little bit better. Oh, here, you know what? I'll do this. All right, that's good enough. Okay. So now you just have to be really careful about counting the regions. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay. So first of all, let me make sure that I counted that correctly. Yep, I did. Okay. All right, so we're going to go 5 to 16 here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete these. So hopefully you kind of already saw how I did that. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to figure out, is there any pattern here that I can use to then extrapolate to the 10 lines? And I'm going to assume that there's a pattern because this is a standardized exam, and hopefully, you know, they don't have some fancy, you know, formula I had to know. So if I go 3 to 7, well, that's going to be plus 4, right? If I go 4 to 11, that's going to be plus 7. If I go 5 to 16, that's going to be plus 11. So it looks like the pattern is this number right here. I add it to the next number, and then I get this number, and then I add it to the next number, so on and so forth. So what I can do then is I can just go on ahead and continue the pattern. So I would have 6 plus 16 gives me 22. I'll then have 7 plus 22 gives me 29. I'll have 8 plus 29 gives me 37. And then I'll have 9 plus 37. Whoops, sorry, it's getting a little messy. That's going to be 46. And then 10, wait a second. Did I do that correctly? See, now I feel like I messed up, and I'm like, darn it, I made it this far. Let me make sure I did that correctly. 7, 11, 16, 22, 29, 37, Yeah, it should be 56. Okay. Yep. All right, so my answer is going to be answer choice E, 56. Sorry, I had a little, had to check my work there, but if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.